What's up, fam? Dr. Lee Samuel here. Today I want to talk to you about your DNA. What scientists used to call junk DNA, 90 to 97% of our DNA, because they couldn't see it, it's not junk, it's potential intron DNA. So think about that. We're only activating or working with 10% of our creative birthright capacity. That's why scientists say also that we only use 10% of our brain. Well, imagine that actually the language of our potential intron DNA, we can activate it. It's not 2-stranded DNA, it's 12-stranded DNA. So I want to talk to you about the 12-stranded DNA. The 4th, 5th, and 6th-stranded DNA is your soul, a less dense version of me, a carbon crystalline matrix according to quantum morphogenetic physics, which I've been nerding out on for the last couple of years. The 7th, 8th, and 9th-stranded DNA is your oversoul. It's this pure crystalline matrix version of you existing right now. The 10th, 11th, 12th-stranded DNA is your avatar inner Christos self, which is a liquid ether light existing right now. So it gets less dense each DNA strand. So the 4th DNA strand is a bandwidth of frequency. It's a DNA strand. It's a level of perception. It's a level of mind. It's a memory too. So once you embody your 4th DNA strand, that's the astral world. The 4th chakra is a portal to your 4th DNA, bandwidth of frequency. And a lot of people, when they sleep, they dream, they journey there. Each DNA strand is a new level of perception, a bandwidth of frequency, right? And if love is all that is, the cohesive power of the universe, when you activate your 12-stranded DNA, you enter into a state, that's the true Christ consciousness, is activating your 12-stranded DNA. And you can do all kinds of natural abilities, transmigrate, take your physical body with you and go to any space-time location, right? And you can, for example, go to the past version before humanity fell and plead on eternal counsels for humanity's good. So the potential to help humanity is limitless if one can activate their 12-stranded DNA. There is a perfect love that casts out all fear. So there is a frequency where disease doesn't exist. So as you activate, starting in the 6th, 7th, and 8th, 9th frequency levels, if you have a potential open to those frequencies where disease does not exist, then you can do certain things like Jesus said, because he said, you will do greater things than me. You put out your hand and you say, how did Jesus, when he healed the sick or the blind man saw? Well, there's a frequency where disease does not exist. And Jesus had embodied his soul and that frequency. And now he can bring that frequency through his right hand, which is for giving electric energy, and create a portal 5 to 15 feet in all directions around him. The Heart Math Institute can now measure frequency carrying information around you. And that frequency where disease does not exist, the kingdom, he called it. And if the other person through faith decides to tune into that reality, that frequency, administers that frequency into their body, into their potential DNA, which codes for the proteins and that reality, therefore the blind man saw. The true original celestial human beings have 12-stranded DNA, not 2-stranded DNA. And how do we activate that potential DNA? It's through frequency. God said, let there be light, sound and light and symbols. And so now the true wisdom of eternal life, wisdom of these eternal life symbols, eternal life sounds, chanted in Anuhazi, the original celestial human language, because if you want to say it, there's been a lot of scrambling and messing with true original celestial human DNA. Because the true original celestial human DNA is key coded for stargates, and there's been a battle for stargates entering into Earth through multidimensional portalways, which Giza, Egypt was 4th Stargate, right? So the battles actually are for these stargates, not over oil. It's the 10th Stargate. So with that being said, we can start activating our 12-stranded DNA through these ancient sounds, light, and symbols. And I know when I first heard this too, I didn't believe it. But I started actually doing these chants in Anuhazi. If you look at the Spiritual Psychiatrist on Spotify, you'll find some of these chants. And the way that I like to envision it is there's a 12-stranded DNA ladder. And it's been scrambled. The greatest lie ever told to humanity is that we're 3rd dimensional. False. We're multidimensional. But we have to reorganize this 12-stranded DNA. So just like a diabetic, when they cut off their leg, they still have phantom pain. They can still feel pain in that area. It's because there's the morphogenetic fields, the blueprint for that leg still exists. So the blueprint for the 12-stranded DNA still exists. And as I chant these ancient sounds and sacred sounds and symbols, it kind of starts cementing in, if you want to say little by little, adding a brick by brick, lighting up the 12-stranded DNA from 12 down to 11, down to 10, down to 9, down to 8, down to 7, down to 6. And it starts once again reactivating, remembering the higher self, the avatar crystal self that you are, who you've been looking for. And as we start continuously chanting, progressively filling in these highways of 12-stranded DNA, with every DNA strand that is accreted, it's a new level of perception. It's also a new cellular memory starts being released, past, present, and future, all happening right now. So you start remembering who you truly are. Made of the image and likeness of God, base 12-stranded DNA, not 2. So remember who you are, and if you're interested in activating your 12-stranded DNA, let me know, contact me, and I'll put you in touch with some more information. All right, love you, fam. Enjoy your everyday. Peace.